In my opinion, news is simply an injection of volatility. Okay, so everybody's aware of the current news that's occurring within oil. Okay, I don't want to dive deep into the news. I don't get sentiment from news. I don't get direction from news. That's the point that I'm going to try to make here, is that news is simply used to inject volatility into the market. Okay, so that's the only point that I wanted to make in terms of oil, because of the current news that's going on with oil. Don't allow your personal opinion, don't allow your emotions to be deterred by the news, right? So, for example, if you're bothered, if the news that's currently happening bothers you mentally or emotionally, don't make that be the reason why you short oil. Okay? The reason why you short oil should come from this chart. Okay? And I've talked about this many times. News is, in my opinion, a smokescreen. It's to throw you off so that you don't get the best entry. For example, who remembers when they were screaming recession, right? Who remembers when they were screaming recession, the market's going to crash, the trade war is going to ruin the economy, blah, 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 blah. Well, if you were one of those doomsday preppers, right? If you were one of the ones saying, oh yeah, the market's finally going to crash. Well, you just missed out on the long opportunity of a lifetime. Because unless that was the quickest recession I've ever seen, we're near all-time highs again. Right? So FUD is what I call it. It's just false information, providing a incorrect narrative to get you offsides. For example, instead of screaming recession, why weren't they screaming buy now? Why weren't all the news outlets saying buy now, buy now? Okay, so the market is completely irrational. Okay, you have to understand that it is unknown where price is going. That is why I'm trying to say that news is simply used to inject volatility. You can't definitively say that one certain news that occurs will send price in one definitive direction. That's the point that I'm trying to make here, is that it doesn't matter what the news says. It could be bullish or bearish. You don't know what's going to happen compared to what the news says. But you can be sure that when news occurs, there is volatility that enters the market. That's the only point that I'm trying to make, is that there is some current news that's occurring with oil right now, and the stuff that's happening that affects oil. It is important. The news is important. Don't get me wrong here. I'm just trying to say, don't allow the news to make you bullish. Don't allow the news to make you bearish. The only thing that you should be looking at news as is volatility.